You've had it. You are sick and tired of this tough time never last 2-minute noodle broke student life. You've decided you want to make money. But you also sort of want to make a difference. You know you have what it takes to make a positive change, and there's this voice inside of you nudging you towards trying to become that change. The two feel at odds. Do we start with income, or do we start with impact? Once more, we are joined by Sitholile Sithole, Senior Associate at a big firm, Allan Gray Fellow, social entrepreneur and co-founder of NPO Pantsula with a purpose. We chat about why making positive change and adding value must begin before we start making profits and before we begin capturing the value we create. We also chat about the right way to find a mentor, his experience as part of the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation Fellowship, the importance of sustainability reporting beyond financial reporting, being the champion of your ideas as a young person, and more. I hope you enjoy. My travelers on the road to CASA. Quick one. Are you loving the show? Is it adding value to your life? If so, please give us a rating. It's quick, it's easy. If it was a 2-star experience, give us 2 stars. But please let me know. Let us all know. Let the world know what aspiring CAs have been cooking in this kitchen. Again, you're going to love this. You're going to love Sitholile, as I said last week. If you have not already, check out part 1. It will be linked in the show notes. With that, on to part 2. People don't understand the rule of incentive. They don't understand that, although it's maybe it's tough to come to grips with, everyone wants something.
True.
And it sounds harsh. It sounds, maybe even pessimistic. But I don't think it at all. I think it's just reality. But whether shallow, whether profound, people want something. So whenever you talk to someone and you don't have that in mind, what you're forgetting is a literal pillar, an axiom, an axis of humanity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Incentive. Like, how can you not think about what this person wants when they talk to you? Like, you've got to sort of be a little bit just wised up. Someone wants something from you. You want something from them, or not even to be like that. Sort of. Yeah. Let me call it pessimistic. Not even to be that pessimistic, but it's more like people are pushing something. At all times, people are pushing something, and if you don't try as best as possible to be some force that propels that, you are appealing to something that's not human.
Interesting.
Truthfully.
Interesting.
I think.
And just probably a question for you. So sorry for just taking your mic now, being the host. Just a question for you.
This is a conversation. It's cool.
So then let's say, if we look back to these individuals who are pioneers in their rightful positions, right?
Yeah.
What do you think would be the incentive to do it for humankind if there's nothing that, to us, that they receive back? Like, what do you think drives a person that makes it so compelling for them to go beyond just the means of an incentive?
So I think I can go back to it. It's a good question, by the way.
Yeah.
I can boil it back down to incentives still. So what I would argue is that a lot of those people are, and I think many things in life are actually just coping mechanisms. I think a lot of greatness and striving for it is our coping with the truth, which is that one day we will die. And if I don't put a flag somewhere and put a stamp on something,
then I will fade into existence having meant nothing. And so I think that even the noble, even the, what's the word I'm looking for? Even the, I'm looking for this word. I know the exact word. I'll find it.
Searching.
It's coming. Even the self-sacrificing, it's not all
For others.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it now. I'm
You see?
like, as Tax would say, in cash or otherwise. Sometimes it's not.
I love that. That's bars, bro. That's bars.
So
exactly.
otherwise,
Exactly.
whether self-fulfillment, it could be someone's incentive, right? It doesn't have to be monetary, or otherwise,
Or otherwise. I think you summed it up really well. I think about mentorship. So mentorship is one of those things where the rule of incentive is just absolutely disrespected everywhere I go and everywhere I see.
I'm listening.
So, think about this, Sitholile, bro.
Yeah.
People, or we could even we know in the professional realm, like you'll see on LinkedIn and stuff, like talk about mentor, get a mentor. There's all this advice around like even wealth creation and just anywhere in life they say get a mentor, right? And so then people are starting to say, yo guys, I need a mentor. I need help I'm aspiring CA. I need a mentor. You need a mentor and therefore you seek a mentor. I think that's completely backwards in approach.
Okay. I see where you're going.
So then you go and you DM someone on LinkedIn that
yeah.
maybe you've got in your quote unquote network. But hey, getting the connection is actually like step 1 of like 1,000 before they're actually part of your real network.
Yeah.
But you message this person, hey, aspiring CA or maybe CA SA who's really cool, who I admire.
Yeah.
I need a mentor. Please, would you mentor me? You know what I'm saying? Like, now, what do you expect them to do? Do you expect them to be like, oh, for sure, let's go out for coffee. Let me take you out. Let me give you all my... No. You need to find out what are their incentives for mentoring you.
Yeah.
Now, the best, I think the highest leverage way is to find out how exactly you can be valuable, like very, very clearly valuable in their life. So let's say your quote unquote mentor looks like they want to start getting into LinkedIn, right? You can see them posting stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why don't you first and foremost give them free advice if you're good at LinkedIn or you're good at content creation or something of that sort? Why don't you look at that first? So in the message, rather say, I'd love to meet you. And I'd also love to, I can see that you're posting consistently on LinkedIn. I'd love to share with you some of the little bits of wisdom that I've had. I've studied LinkedIn for the past 2 years. I know a lot about social media from XYZ experience. Oh, maybe this person is a little bit more aligned with my incentive. Then they'll give you a chance. Additionally, I think, which is the main sort of principle around mentorship, is that you need to become someone who they would be honored to mentor. A lot of the incentive or otherwise,
yes,
you see, cash or otherwise, a lot of the incentive with mentorship is saying, I mentored Sitholile. Personal fulfillment.
Sure.
I'm Sitholile's mentor. Do you know how much you feel a little bit better? Your ego's when you've mentored someone who's worth it. Someone, and I don't mean you're not worth it, by the way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying someone who they are proud to put their name behind. Becoming that type of person or presenting yourself as that type of person, that's a huge benefit, or rather it's a huge principle of understanding incentive in mentorship.
Interesting perspective, Alun. Interesting perspective.
Yeah,
so if I share also mine, I think probably in addition to yours, right?
Yeah.
I think sometimes we just go in this blanket approach. Hey, I just need mentorship. I think firstly, you need to be self-aware. First, speak to yourself as an individual who needs the mentorship, right? Or the mentoring rather. What do you need to achieve? What are you trying to achieve? So that once you go to this particular mentor, you say, hi, I'd like you to assist me with this, you know, because one, it's very direct, you know, so that you don't go around looking for people who are probably not really too inclined in whatever you want to reach. And it also saves you guys time because they may not seem interested in whatever, you know, because maybe it doesn't align to them, you know. And also now you are betting on this mentor to, you know, help you through, and then they're not putting up, you know. Yeah. So always, I think sometimes just be very honest and direct. Okay, I'm trying to get here and here, you know. I need particular help with A, B, and C. Yes. Then approach them, you know, then you'll see what they say. You know, always, sometimes people also who are within that same walk probably have a bit more knowledge. If not, they will refer you to someone who's more able to assist you, you know. Yeah, so the why is really important. I love it. The why is important, you know, because if you just go with a blanket approach, you might just get being mentored with something that you probably do not need at that particular moment. Bro, sometimes, like, literally, dude, I've had so many mentors, bro, and for me, they're really very specific, you know. From GDA, I spoke to, okay, listen, I just need to pass GDA. I literally just need, and like, listen, find your niche, bro. Like, just find your niche, grow down, come back. What do you need right now?
Yeah, because past GDA is a big thing. It's like, what are you missing in order for you to pass GDA?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things. I remember you mentioned GDA is not just a technical thing.
Bro.
It's emotional. It's spiritual.
It requires the wholeness of you. You can't just come with your 15% of your intellectual capability. It requires the wholeness of Alunga Madala to be present in every single moment. You know, not only just for the work, but just for your well-being itself. You know, yeah.
Literally, what you mentioned, it gets to this. Literally the tip that Dita Gopis.
Yes, oh, what a good guy.
What an amazing guy, man. He gave me this advice at one of these networking events at the MyCA Hub.
Yes, with Mo.
Yes, such a phenomenal guy as well. Where he said another problem with like the mentee-mentor thing is where mentees don't ask specific questions. Because if you think about a too general question, it's actually in some way a signal that this person has been lazily coming to me. It's sort of a lazy thing when you give someone a question that you haven't thought through. There was such an interesting perspective from this guy Yazir Khan, who's a public speaking coach.
Okay,
that if you want to improve your perception of intelligence, right, or competence, right, not that that's necessarily important, but in some cases it's important for people to know that you're not stupid. Ask better questions. What that actually does is when you thought about your question before you come to a person and you ask them, is that you've taken away a lot of the work. Because you don't want people to like be questioning your question. Because now that's even more work for them. You want to make sure that they do as little work as possible to serve you.
Yeah.
And in so doing as well, if you're that mentee who's honored, who's an honor to mentor,
definitely
you'll be able to give them that benefit as well.
Definitely. And always be eager to learn, bro. The will to learn, bro. Like, you know, like just for yourself, man. You came here and you did your research on Bob Susan Masana. Like, it made the conversation smoother, bro. You know, you even reference his conversation with Penny, the Black Pen, you know. Like, even so, when you approach your mentor, like, do some research before. Like, actually, so, hey.
That's a huge one.
So I've checked on this before, like previously, you know. I just need your thoughts on this. Is this the right direction for me? Because I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. You know, it shows that you've already done some work. You know, you're not just coming in on 0%. You're coming there with 5%, you know. The will to learn, bro. Like,
never come in on 0%,
bro.
Because with the internet today, you never have to.
Exactly.
It's like if you were to do a podcast with someone, and you didn't search their name online, goodness gracious, what were you expecting?
Exactly.
You're starting on zero. You want to create something valuable on zero.
So tell me, what's your name, sir? You know, fully agree.
Allan Gray. You've had entrepreneurship ties with Allan Gray. What was the program that you did with him?
Allan Gray Orbis Foundation, man. I think I've always speak highly of this name. So I did the university, so it's called a fellowship, right? So you
Yes.
apply in your matric year, right? And you get on to the fellowship, which basically they fund literally everything for academic-wise, your textbook, there's even a stipend that you get. So throughout your university career, right? And then beyond that, they have a lot of programs like which are more entrepreneurially inclined.
Yes.
So basically, it's the spirit of entrepreneurship. How do they teach entrepreneurship? To individuals with the highest potential of being high impact leaders. So got into the fellowship, and then once you graduate at university, you enter to the Association of Fellows. So then there's another graduation where you're now a fellow, Allan Gray Fellow. So candidate fellows would be universities, and then fellows would then be post. Yeah.
Okay, so then while you're in varsity, they give you entrepreneurship training, access to certain networks, stuff like that.
Bro, like there's so many programs from ideation, validation, creates. Literally, if you just have a simple idea, they run through the idea till execution. They have hubs of other like-minded individuals where you just come together, you speak. There's a lot of human interaction, and they used to have this annual, now I think every 2 years, called the Jamboree, where every single Allan Gray associated person would come either to Johannesburg. They have like for 3 days, just sparking knowledge, sharing ideas. I think obviously the goal is obviously to add more, entrepreneurs, increase entrepreneurship, whether it's social entrepreneurship or for profits, and creating more jobs, sustainable jobs, So that's where they're trying to go, inspiring individuals with high potential to be high impact leaders and create jobs, for the future, So that's the legacy that Dr. Allan Gray left behind, So, bro, it's a marvelous program. It makes you think outside the box. You get exposed to many things, the networks, from pitching, public speaking. That's huge. And the networks, bro, like grant funding, for your idea, bro. Like there's always many channels in which you can, secure funding for your initiatives, So they really support you, man. And I think what I really enjoy, it's sometimes not only about the person, it's not only about the company that they're building, not being invested in the company, but investing in the person that creates the company, because the company will then create the jobs. But it all starts with the person. How are we teaching this person these qualities, these skills, so that once they start having this business, they can use all of those learnings to create the top business ever.
Did you put corporate Pantsula with a purpose? Sorry, I'm quoting someone else. Pantsula with a purpose.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's me, bro. When opportunities come, man, I'll always raise my hand, because, man, it has helped Pantsula tremendously, man. And I think it'd be wrong of me to not. If an opportunity has come along and it says, hey, listen, we like the idea, we like the vision, we see where it's going to go, but let us help you reach it further, So like, yeah, sure thing. So I had a business coach, assisting me with Pantsula the purpose, pitch funding. Yeah, so definitely, bro.
Dude, this is a bit of a tangent, but it's such an interesting question that I had to ask. What movie character, book character, or whatever media character do you identify with most?
Whew.
And you can think about this one. This one.
Okay. Let me think about it.
Think about it.
Okay, let's say something else now. Sure. Man, I think there's so many, bro. There's just so many. And I think for me, they never 100%. It's always I'm finding certain qualities in each and every one of them.
Is there one with lots? Because I've also thought about that, dude. Like, for me, there are so many. I'm like, I've come to the conclusion when I thought about this question that there is no one. There's literally no one. Maybe there's like one person with 5%, one person with another 5%. Maybe if we took 20 and we put them together, then maybe you could find me. But there's not even one person with 20%. Like,
yes, because you are Alunga Matala.
Type of thing,
Yes, people can possess the same qualities as of yours, right? But the wholeness of can never be you.
So there's none for you.
Currently, no. Probably I need to search deeper, but I think it's more of the qualities, but rather than the wholeness of me. So I don't think there's another. I mean, actually, I haven't checked. I don't think there's actually another Sitholile Sithole. You know, so yeah.
Okay. No, it's just an interesting one, man. What is Pantsula with a purpose? And what's the story behind it?
Sure. Yo, man, I think you take me back. So, Pantsula with a purpose, right? I think when we initially start, so the three co-founders, right? Moeketsi, Samgelisi, and myself, we've always been in agents of social change in our rightful ways, right? We've always done some philanthropy work on the side. And then when this opportunity came from SAICA, when I was at UCT during our first year,
2019.
2019, that's correct. So it was a student leadership summit, also focused on the SDGs, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So we're tackling the education one. So and then we decided, okay, let's come together, let's create this initiative, this organization, you know, and let's actually apply, because I think many of us had not been to Santon by then. So, and I think the richest square mile in Africa.
Hey man,
who doesn't
want?
Come on, sir. You know. So
that was the goal, though.
Bro, the goal was actually let's go to Santon. Let's see. You know, when we saw each other, we're like, Moeketsi, so you're getting ready for Santon. You know, like, you know, onto the dining halls and those conversations. You know, so because what's going to Santon, right? And shame, we didn't make it. Not even any level, nothing. Yeah. And in hindsight, when we look back, I think we are grateful for that. And I'll tell you why. Because when we entered, the vision was, or the goal was probably just to go to Santon.
Yes.
It was not about the work that we do, not about the student that we're helping, not about the impact that we're out to create, but just being in Santon. You know, the flashy streets and everything of Santon, that richest square mile in Africa. Who does not want to be there? And perhaps not getting that opportunity to be there made us rethink twice. Actually, what is this Pantsula thing for?
Yeah.
You know, and right now, I marvel at the work that we've done, the co-founders, the team, because now we've reached so many student lives, you know, because now I think we are now more invested in the vision and the impacts of Pantsula rather than the outcome of being somewhere. So accolades will come, and they've been coming. But what do they follow? They follow the work. They follow the impact. Yeah. I mean, you mentioned something very, very, very good to me. I think talent doesn't chase money.
Money chases talent.
Money chases talent.
It's the same with awards.
You know?
It's the exact same.
Accolades, awards will always come. But just get your story right. Just get your impact right first. You know? So yeah, Pantsula basically is a non-profit company where we assist marginalized high school students in marginalized areas, because we realize there's a huge issue with information and accessibility to crucial tertiary information, right? Such as application, bursary organizations. You know, many bursaries and good scholarships are not able to reach remote areas in the townships or the Lokshin, right? And they leave high deserving, talented individuals right behind. So now what we do is basically solving those problems. One, we go to schools, we run application drives, so we assist them apply for both tertiary and bursary applications. We work closely, we partner with bursary organizations to spread the word, to actually even assist the students in actually applying. You know,
it can change a life.
Bro, you only need one person that you need to change, bro. You've changed the whole family. You know, and lastly, man, we have ongoing application assistant through WhatsApp channels. You know, you assist them, you know, if they have any question, you know, they just pop there, we just assist there. So basically that's what we're trying to do. We're just making the transition from tertiary, from high school to tertiary very smooth, you know, and we're not, and even the name itself, Pantsula with a purpose, you know. Hopefully most people know what Pantsula is. If not, listen, I'll help you out. So a Pantsula is a person who usually comes from the township, Elokshin, right? From the streets. And they are seen to be just dancers, people with low lives, you know, hanging in the streets and dancing for money and whatnot. Kotana and all of this stuff, you know. But we're saying, sure, I mean, yes, we come from the township. Yes, we come from the hood. You know, Pantsula. That's what we are associating Pantsula with.
And please search up on Google so you see a picture, because there's more to a Pantsula. Like they're colorful, you know.
Exactly.
You'll see these specific things, but yeah.
Definitely. But we're saying, sure, you may come from the township, you may come from the hood, but you're not limited to the parameters of that hood. You are a Pantsula with a purpose. And let us help you unleash your hidden potential. Let us help you unleash your purpose in life. hence Pantsula with a purpose, you know. So that's what we're changing, also changing just the narrative, man, bringing hope, bro. Like sometimes it's just, you know, just going back to old school, bro, just speaking there. You never know which soul, which student you will touch with that public speaking that you did over there. You never know. So that's what we do, man. I think we just continue doing it forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, dude. It's phenomenal. You mentioned just before this impact creation. You know, we talk about value creation, very important value.
Yeah.
But impact creation, that's, I think, when we think about value creation, you know, you think about the 6 capitals. Have you seen that diagram? You know, 6 capitals
financial,
in
manufacturing. Yes.
You process through the business processes, ops, all that, and you get your outputs of the same 6 capitals. I think there's still a impact axis that we need to add to that diagram, because what is the impact, the social impact, the environmental impact, the economic impact that our organizations are creating as well?
Definitely. And if I might add, I think so they've tried to, you know, with financial reporting, you know, I think IFRS 1, S1, S2, the sustainability reports. So they're trying, you know, I think so companies now release also like a sustainability report where they highlight the initiative that they had and how they're contributing to either to the SDGs and how they're being more sustainable as corporate citizens, right? And it's always good to see that, you know. I think not only should we just be looking at the financials, but also on the non-financials, you know, because it also says much about that company.
Yeah.
Beyond just the capital means, where do you see the real need?
Yeah.
And I, bro, I passionately, and I think now I'm obsessed in Africa, bro.
Oh, I forgot to add that to your intro. This is a believer in Africa, guys.
Man.
You're a fellow believer in Africa.
You know, I believe in Africa, bro. I believe in a growth. I believe in a people. You know, everyone that stays in Africa, bro. Like, there's just so much, man. I mean, there's so much work that needs to get done, but man, what a continent. What a home, bro.
What we already have, man.
True. And I also saw there on your Instagram, you're also a believer of Africa.
I'm a believer in Africa, bro. I think if we don't believe, who will? I believe that, especially as a young person, now that I think about it, you are the only champion for your ideas, and you have to be the person who stands up for them.
Yeah.
Just like we are the only champions for Africa. True. We're from here. We're born. We're bred. Our ancestors were even here. But I think even white South Africans are Africans as well. Definitely. They need to plow back into this country and this continent. But especially as a young person, because I thought about this. In 20 years' time, there's a level of conviction that I don't need my words to be backed by. Simply because one's brand and reputation is persuasion enough. But I think right now, the stage today, you got to ride. You got to ride for your ideas. You got to ride for your content. But I think what Jeff Bezos does, right, in his board meetings and executive meetings is he's the last one to speak.
Oh, wow.
It's a policy of his.
Oh, wow.
Because the problem is when he says something, everyone's going to listen. Yeah.
I mean, it's Jeff Bezos after all.
Come on. You see, exact. But 20 years ago, was that the same case? He probably had to ride for his ideas. You know, when you're pitching to investors, you've got to say a little bit more. You've got to be a little bit more eloquent.
Extraordinary.
You've got to have that case that's just so tantalizing. But now, I mean, if he says it, it's probably true.
It's gold.
You know?
But
now we have to be those guys for Africa.
And it has to start somewhere, bro.
It has to start somewhere.
And the bittersweet thing is, yes, we'll be involved in the input, in the process. Chances are we'd probably never see the outcome. And I think this also circles back to what I mentioned. If we were to invest in the outcome, that we could both say we may not see it actually, then what's going to drive us if we were driven by outcomes only? Perhaps let us be driven by the process. You know, what process are we establishing? So that even if we die centuries to come and our names have been forgotten, but something came out of it. You know, because if we're just too invested in the outcome, actually, let's do this so that in 50 years' time, we can say this. Hey, bro, hey, I think that's a better way to think about it. Let's just get started. Let's just start, build the processes, establish things so that when in many years to come,
in 100
or 200,
when I'm long gone,
exactly.
So that things can move.
You know,
Brother, if you could go back
yeah,
to first year, second year, maybe even high school, Sitholile, what would you tell him?
sure. With the information that I have now,
Yeah.
hey man, take it easy.
Take it easy, eh?
You know, life's a journey, bro.
Yeah.
Life's a journey. I mean, sometimes we rush. You know, we rush 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so that we can get 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. And we forget to just pause, smell the roses, get into the car again, then we drive again. Because it's only when you pause you get to reflect, you know. And for me, bro, like I think it also comes with being in different places and being exposed. So let's say if you're 20 and you're sitting with people who are 30 who already kind of achieved 10 years worth of knowledge and money and whatever it is, you feel so damn, I'm kind of left behind, you know. I mean, it's also motivation to work, you know. True. But also now you're working so that you can become like them, so that you can have the money that they have, you know. And you overwork yourself, and you get to just live your 20s. You know, you get to just breathe a bit. You know, I'm not saying now just foolishly spend your 20s, but you know, responsibly so. You know.
Yes.
Because I mean, you always be chasing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and
I feel like it's natural for some people.
Exactly.
I think it's natural on some level for everyone. You're going to chase something.
Definitely. But always have a time where you just pause. Smell the flowers, bro. That's all I'm asking. Pause, smell the flowers, then you get back to it. And we forget the element of stopping.
Yeah.
Grace, gratitude, and then reflection.
Yeah.
So where to from here? Because imagine now you're speeding on 250 kilometers, but you're going the very wrong direction.
Yo.
Yeah, because you're moving, right?
Yeah,
you're moving. You, Mr. Matala, you're moving.
Yo.
But if you stop, and it's not a race, it's your journey, bro.
Yeah.
Just stop, you know, smell the flowers, then check your GPS again. Are we still in the right direction? You know, and then you go. And I had something very, very, very interesting, you know. Your GPS never says something if you're on the right way. You know, it's only when you have to make turns where it starts saying something. You know, so sometimes, bro. Okay, but the point of this conversation right now is just take a pause, bro. Smell the flowers, and then go back again. It's quite important.
There was this interesting quote I saw, man. We're too young to rush things, but we're too old to waste time. I think that sort of encapsulates one's 20s, especially. But I even think at 30, it's the same deal. Don't rush. Like really, if you, and also a lot of the anxiety around whether you've achieved your goals or not.
Yeah,
it comes around just rushing the time it takes. Your time frame is often the issue. It's not actually the goal. It's the time frame to achieve the goal. I want to be a millionaire by this, man.
Yeah. But
maybe give it 10 years.
But whose time? Like, for you to even come with that benchmark, which benchmark have you been using? Because as we established earlier on, you're the only Alunga Matala destined accordingly. So which benchmark on whose time were you using? I mean, I get university, it's very structured and whatnot, but I mean, in terms of life itself,
yes.
If you're saying I'm benchmarking a specific time to achieve something at a specific time, there's only one Alunga Matala destined accordingly for that.
Yeah. I remember also seeing another quote. If you're feeling all like, oh, you're behind, like, you know, when you fail a year, for example, I failed last year, it's probably because you're using someone else's ruler.
Sure.
Sometimes you need as you said, like pause, reflect, grace, gratitude, reflect. And ask yourself whether you're using your ruler or someone else's to measure progress in your life.
Yeah.
Because it's as you said, it's you. It's only you.
Mm.
You came here alone. You leave here alone. Truth be told,
That's
so you can't be using someone else's ruler.
Mm.
You're driving yourself crazy for nothing.
Interesting. And how would you know it's not your rule if you don't stop and pause?
That's also a good
You know?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, also going to Chile, I know you're gonna do well.
Thank
Bro,
you.
sometimes, it's gonna get hectic, here and there. Bro. Just pause, smell the flowers.
Yeah.
Just check. Am I still intact?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got my head, my 2 eyes, got my faith and everything. Then you keep on going, bro.
For sure, brother. For sure.
Wow.
Dude. Gosh, if you have not already, please, please follow this.
No, definitely.
This was absolute fire. I told you, dude. I told you we were gonna flip and write history today. Yeah, this was amazing. I hope it does not end, but that it begins in CASA.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sitholile, my brother.
Mr. Dayang Madala. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.